Great news! Got another door done. Hello and welcome to episode 48 of Mr. Industries Ford Falcon 351 Crusty Wagon Project. Now, in this episode, I'm going to attempt to tint the windows, replace the door winders that are missing in the back, and do the, what are those things called, the window glass slides down in front of? I'm going to replace this bit here, because as someone rightly observed months ago, they are toast. So, since I think I'm going to have to pull the doors apart to get that piece out past the window glass, I'm going to pull the glass out too, tint the windows while I'm at it, because I've bought the stuff, which is over here. Now this should theoretically be 20% tinting tape, 35% tinting tape, some outer window seals, and as summer rapidly approaches and my social schedule gets busier and busier, I've decided to do this in the evening because it's not as hot right now as it was, say, 4 hours ago. It's still pretty unpleasant, but this is all quiet work, so I should theoretically be able to do this into the evening. I won't need to run any power tools or compressors or anything like that. So that's good news. And I'll pick this up after dinner when my GoPro's charged and it's properly dark. So, great news! The window glass is out and the door belts, at least the old door belts, are out too. And it's only taken me 2.5 hours to get to this point. So there's the glass, and here are the old door belts covered in primer. Very stiff and crumbly. And I learned a lesson while I was doing this. The first window came out with the steel runner on it because I couldn't figure out what the retainers were. These are the retainers, so when you pull the glass out, and it's not an easy job, you need to push these pins through the retainers and then pop the retainer out. And the two front windows are pretty straightforward because of their shape, they come out pretty easily, but the two back door window glass pieces are very difficult to get out, and you basically have to pull the frame apart and just try and try and try until it comes out. And no glass was broken so far, and hopefully as this goes on I'll get better at handling this glass. But it's out, and the next step tomorrow after I've slept will be to give this all a good clean, scrape all the paint off it, and hopefully get some tinting tape on it. And while the tinting tape and the glass dries and sets, I will figure out whether I can get these door belts. See here we have a shiny new door belt, nice and floppy and pliable, unlike the other ones which are almost 50 years old and have been sitting in the sun for 4 decades. I need to figure out whether I can get these door belts in before or after the glass goes in, so I might install one as a bit of a test drive and then stick the glass in the window and just see how it works out, because I wrecked these pulling them out because I didn't give a shit what happened to them. So I busted all the clips out and just reefed on them until they came out. So if this door belt needs to come in and out, I'm going to need to be a little bit more gentle, careful, that I don't ruin it by just prizing it out, unmindful of how the clips work. But anyway, I'm tired, I'm sore, I'm a bit annoyed because that glass is not easy to get out. So I'm going to sleep, and tomorrow afternoon I'll get on to the next phase of this. But before I sign off for the night, let's look at the doors without the door belt in it. all pulled out. Obviously that's going to stay where it is because I don't want to pull that out. That'll stay where it is. I'll pull the tailgate glass out sometime soon. I'm claiming this as a success. I mean, it was a pretty awkward job and I almost gave up on the last door because it was getting late, but I thought I would persevere. Oh yeah, I got to vacuum out the doors too because they're full of gunk. So, until tomorrow. Alright, it's the next afternoon and as you can see laid out before you is my OCD workstation. I've already cleaned the glass sufficiently well and scraped off all of the clag that's gathered on these windows throughout this project. So they are, in my opinion, clean enough to sloppily bang some eBay tinting tape onto and then see how this all plays out. So I have the cardboard down to make the surface as sterile as possible. I have my 20% tint there for those windows and the 35% tint there for the front windows. Hopefully I don't get this around the wrong way. So there we have it. I'll probably end up putting this, where shall I put this camera to do some time-lapse. I could have time-lapsed all the boring window cleaning stuff, but no one wants to see that. I'd be surprised if you wanted to see me put tinting tape onto windows. But anyway, let's time-lapse this and just see how much of it makes onto the cutting room floor or onto the video. So it's the end of day 2 of my window tinting project, and I got my side windows tinted. There they are there, but it entailed an awful lot of stuffing around and missteps and wasted tinting tape. So now I find myself without enough tinting tape to complete the job. So I guess I'm going to be buying some more tinting tape and then carrying on with this project next weekend. And in other news, it rained after dinner and I still had all my shit sitting outside, mainly my sedan, so it got wet. And I had to come outside and disassemble my trestle table and put all my stuff away, so I'm a bit annoyed about that. And there's my sedan. The water may never touch. Well, that's what I prefer anyway, but there it is, it's wet. It's still pouring down outside because we're supposed to be having a thunderstorm. So I'll pick this up next weekend. For the time being, I'm going inside with the shits. Okay, it's day 3 of my tinting window trim and winder episode, and it's raining outside. It's raining a lot, so I'm going to keep my garage closed up today and work in the tight confines that I have available. Now, I've already reinstalled the door glass into the front driver's side door because it's going to be by far the easiest one to set up and reinstall. So the glass is back in. Now I'm going to see if I can slide this new door belt, window belt, back into the gap here and snick it all up, because if I can do that, I will do that with the rest of the car. I'll reinstall the glass and then I will put the door belt in and reassemble the door, give myself a high five. So let's go get the door belt from all the way over here as the rain pours down. Here is the rear spares front right outer door belt. Now, hopefully this works, because if it doesn't, I'll be very annoyed. It's taken a lot of stuffing around to get to this point, so let's have at it. Didn't bring any kind of GoPro bracket, so just bear with me while I find a place to put this. On the dash. Let's try that. Now, what I'm counting on is this door belt going in after the glass, so I can enjoy the benefit of the glass going in without any intrusions. So hopefully I am correct. Okay, as far as I can tell, that's not going to work. I don't have enough leverage to push those locking tabs home with the glass sitting in the door, so I'm going to pull the glass back out of the door and I'm going to put the trim in, and since these panels of glass are quite easy to get in and out, I'm going to hope for the best, because I suspect once that door belt is in, I will wreck it getting it back out. So let's just go with that. Okay, back to square one. The glass is out. I'm feeling pretty confident that once I bash these window seals in, it should be alright. It's just that I need to figure out how this is done. Success! Mallet, 1/4 inch extension. Okay. Glass back in time. What needs to happen now is these need to go back into the holes that conveniently line up when you pull the glass into position. Now, since I've already done this today, I've kind of got my eye in, and hopefully this goes more smoothly the second time. That's one of the pins in. Now I need to get super creative with my access to this one. Second one in. Now the third one is probably still in the bottom of the door. Yes, it is. That one needs to go right where I can't get to it. So I'm going to wind the window down. And I'm going to put it in by feel, because at least I can feel where it goes if I can't see where it goes. Alright, that's 3. Note how the window winds up. Let's just take a moment to enjoy the look of the... Oh yeah, looks great. Oh, my tinting tape's a bit short. Whoops. Never mind. I'll just go like that. Hey, a solution! Hey! Alright, let's put the locating pins back in so the glass can't pop back out again. Alright, I think I used a pair of pliers and a bit of good luck to get this next one in. Actually, I might have wound the door back down so I can get the glass all the way down. A little bit further down. No room. I'm going to push those pins home. Go, 1, 2. There we go. Retaining pins back in, so voila. Door in, glass in rather. Window belt back in. Oh dear. Just pull that out of there. Turn that off. One door down, 4 to go, and a whole lot of extra tinting. Incidentally, I'm still waiting for my next rolls of tinting tape to arrive, because when you click buy it now, a full week before you need the stuff, it still doesn't turn up on time. So, I'll just soldier on. Okay, let's pretend for a moment this job's behind us and we can move on to less torturous things. So, imagine if you will, this was all 4 doors. Trim back on, glass tinted, window winders attached, door belts installed, looking resplendent. But reality is I still have a heap of stuff to do. But if the weekend ends up thwarting my efforts, I'm totally going to post this video with this as the completion point, because I didn't post anything last week. With no tinting tape on its way for this weekend, I don't want this to blow out till next weekend. So we'll see how this plays out. Great news! Got another door done. Door belt in, glass reinstalled. Putting that glass back in was actually surprisingly easy by comparison to trying to pull it out. Once I had the felt Bailey strip out of this corner here, I could just put the glass into the channel on that side and just work it down until there was enough of a gap to pull it into alignment, and then slid the Bailey channel down around the glass with some silicone spray. And while I was at it, I threw a piece of tinting tape onto the quarter light there and put a winder on. So that's this side of the doors done. Now I just have to do the passenger side. So things are looking up. More on that after dinner time of day 3. Mosquitoes have come out. Day 3 draws to a close, and ta-da! I have door number 3 done, inside and out. Tinted the quarter, put the weathered strip in. I've done the one on the front passenger door as well, but the Bailey channel for the window is completely shot, so I may be going to Clark Rubber tomorrow, or I may be pulling a BMW door out from behind my shed and stealing the Bailey channel out of that from a car I no longer own, and I never intend to buy another one again. So I'll probably do that first tomorrow morning, and then go to Clark Rubber once I realise it's a bust, and I should just buy some for $13 a metre. That's all that's holding me back. I literally just have to do the Bailey channel to the front passenger door, stick the door glass in, bolt it all up, and wrap this project up. One more look for good measure. I'm pretty much deciding, since I don't have tinting tape left, I'm just going to tint the rear windows and the hatch window next weekend, and maybe get the car out in the driveway and walk around it and admire my handiwork from afar. As far as tinting jobs go, this is far from professional, but at a distance I'm sure it will look fine. You won't see the gaps, bubbles or wrinkles at all. There is the door I have in mind, and that seal is completely different to the one I need, so that idea is a bust. Looks like I'm going to Clark Rubber. Possibly not today though.